Gigantamax Inteleon is the third of the 3 new Gigantamax Pokemon that are featured throughout the Go Fest event. So we had Gigantamax Rillaboom while Go Fest Osaka was happening, and then the weekend just gone we had Gigantamax Cinderace while the New Jersey Go Fest event was happening, and then this weekend is Go Fest Paris or Paris. And Gigantamax Inteleon is appearing as part of that. Now, why is Gigantamax Inteleon worth getting? And the reason is, it is an S-tier Gigantamax Pokemon. It is actually the most powerful water-type Gigantamax Pokemon in the game. This just absolutely, it even blows Kingler out of the water. I mean, no pun intended, but that absolutely works. So it's absolutely worth getting. Now, it'll take you 800 max particles to get it done, or 800 max particles and a remote raid pass if that's your thing and you're doing this remotely. There'll be a cap of 40 trainers if you're doing it in any location other than Paris. If you're in Paris, then the cap is 100 trainers. And then if you're in person at the park, then it's rumored to be uncapped. I mean, you saw the Gigantamax Rillaboom where I had close to 700 trainers in the lobby there, but I've also seen some other ones with Cinderace that were above 1,000. Now, side note, why are these caps so high? And the reason is, I think, because they are testing capless Gigantamax lobbies so they can introduce Eternatus. Now, Eternatus is sort of the creature that gives all the max power and stuff like that. And in the anime and in the games, Zacian and Zamazenta sort of team up, and that's why you can use them in max battles as it stands without them actually being Gigantamax or Dynamax Pokemon. So that's kind of where we're heading with Pokemon Go around this stuff. But anyway, back to it. That's why I think they're testing those. So it'll be 40, a cap of 40 for most locations, and that means you'll have 120 Pokemon on the field. Now, Inteleon's always been a bit of a glass cannon when it comes to things. It's an attack Pokemon. It's not a tank. It's not a healer. It is just great for attack. So these attack Pokemon are generally the strategy, if you're quite new to these things, is you use 2 tanks and then 1 attacker. You fill your max meter and then you move and you switch that out once it hits the max meter's full. You switch out your tank and you put your attack Pokemon in. Now, traditionally, and you probably did this as part of Gigantamax Cinderace as well, what you do is you put in your Gigantamax Kingler as your best in slot, as it was, but now it's going to be Gigantamax Inteleon, and that's why this is super powerful. Now let's look at the actual data so we can compare these. So on my iPad here, I've come prepared, guys. It has an attack of 262, which is absolutely huge, right? But its defense and stamina is low. So like I said, this is a glass cannon, but it's a cannon nonetheless. So you absolutely need to be getting Gigantamax Inteleon, however you want to pronounce it. I'm never great with names, and it becomes an ongoing joke. So tell me, how is it meant to be spelled? Let me know in the comments. Drop some water drop emoji and tell me the pronunciation in the comments. But look, this thing is huge, huge, 262 attack. Now let's compare it to Kingler, which is a great Gigantamax Pokemon. Don't get me wrong, it's been the choice for water type attacking up until now. It has 240. So also absolutely huge, nothing to be disappointed about. Again, it's quite weak, so we use it to switch it in and just do the attacks. And then comparative to Cinderace and Rillaboom, Gigantamax Cinderace had 238 attack. So again, really strong compared to 262. It is lower, but it's still really, really strong. And then Rillaboom sat at 239. So out of the 3 new Gigantamax Inteleon is definitely the best performer out of all of them. So absolutely focus on him. Okay, but how do you get Inteleon? Well, it's going to be available on the 14th and the 15th of June, which is this weekend, all day, both days on an hour rotational timer. Now, it should be available at every power spot, but we'll see. I mean, based off previous weekends, it looks like they are going to be at absolutely every power spot for the 2 days. Now, if you saw my Gigantamax Cinderace video, you'll see me talk I don't know if it's best that these are available all weekend for 2 days. I mean, it does help people be available for them, but it also lacks the focus of getting a really big group together. So normally to get a big group together, you need coordination through campfire. Absolutely. If you're in a small city or even a city like mine in Brisbane, having a 3-hour window from 2 to 5 p.m. really helps focus people's availability and make sure that we have numbers. So jury will be out on whether this is going to work in terms of a couple of day thing, but I do miss it just being available on 1 day or even 2 days within that 3-hour window, which helps focus attendance. But that is how to get it. 800 max particles, like I said, is what it'll cost to get these done. Now, if you do have the pass, if you do have the June's pass, if you have June's pass, there's a whole bunch of max particles available in that. So make sure you don't redeem them or hold on to them until this weekend. You do get 800 max particles every time you visit a power spot, but it is capped. You can only get something like 1,500 max particles a day or hold 1,500 max particles. Basically, it's not enough for 2, but if you do your calculations right, you will be able to get that across the line with 2. Or once you redeem your Go Pass max particles, you'll be able to hold more than the storage because you're redeeming it from the rewards. So on my Go Pass, which I have handy here, let me show you. I've got a bunch that I need to be able to do. So I'll be able to pull this up. And if we look at view rewards here, you'll notice that I am on level 86. And you'll see that there's a few max particles there that I can redeem. So that'll be helpful, which will be good. And I'm making sure I'm saving those. If I redeem them now, I will spend them on upgrading a max move. But what is the hundo we're looking for with Inteleon? And the hundo that we're looking for is 1693. So if you pull a 1693 with your Inteleon, then that is going to be the hundo. Absolutely catch it. Now, I'm a bit worried about where the catch circle is going to sit on this. You know, we had problems with Gigantamax Inteleon, where the catch circle was moving, or it was so far forward, it was really sensitive to the flick. So it'll be interesting to see how this works and how we go with the catch circle. But if you see 1693, put all your effort into catching that. You absolutely have to. Inteleon takes increased damage from grass and electric type moves, which means you have a good range of Pokemon available to use here that are either Dynamax or Gigantamax. Now, out of these ones I'm recommending, if you have the Gigantamax variant, use that one. If you have the Dynamax variant, you don't have the Gigantamax variant, don't worry too much. Just use the Dynamax version. It's still absolutely great. Just Gigantamax just is better when you move into the attack phase. Make sure they're leveled up. I mean, 2,500, 3,000, that's kind of like a decent power range in terms of using these. So level these up as much as you can to get to those power levels. But I think the best tanks to bring include Snorlax using Lick as a fast move. It's a really great fast move, fills the meter quickly. You also have Blissey using Pound as the fast move. Again, that's a really great move to use. It's a really popular tank to use in terms of this. But Blissey is actually best as a healer. It's got a really high HP pool. So the way that healing works in this game is it's taken from the user and then sort of redistributed to just the other 3 people in your team, and that's why Blissey is a great thing. I mean, it's great because it's got a lot of HP anyway, but out of the 2, Snorlax and Blissey, I just think Snorlax is cooler. They're much of the same. So in terms of a tank, given we don't really need heals as part of this, we need tanks. Just use Max Guard on your Snorlax or Max Guard on your Blissey, but forget Max Spirit. Don't worry about it. Unless you have a really coordinated group, in which case I haven't really ever seen that happen. Another great option is Lapras with Water Gun as a fast move. You can also use Greedent with Bite as a fast move, actually. Now, this was something that was available really early on in terms of the max Pokemon that are out there. So Greedent is a great option if that's your thing and you've already invested largely in that. Otherwise, you can also use Blastoise with Bite as the fast move too. Now, the best attackers to bring include Gigantamax Rillaboom. Since it's a grass type Pokemon, you can use Scratch as the fast move. move to fill up your meter pretty quickly with that one. Then you also have Gigantamax Toxtricity with Spark as the fast move, being an electric type Pokemon. You also have Dynamax Zapdos with Thundershock as the fast move. Now, Dynamax Zapdos is maybe not the best option unless it's super powered up. I mean, if it's super powered up, absolutely, but being a legendary means you probably don't have that much candy to use on it. So unless it's powered up, I would not use Zapdos, but if you do have a powered up Zapdos around that 2000 to 300 range, absolutely go for it. And like I said, if you don't have Gigantamax Rillaboom or Toxtricity, then just use their Dynamax variants. That's absolutely fine. Now, my team is going to be 2 Gigantamax Snorlaxes, like I mentioned before, and then 1 Gigantamax Rillaboom. Now, I just think Snorlaxes are more fun to play with. I mean, normal types aren't actually that fun in general, but they're great tanks. They kind of performed relatively well across the board, but yeah, I'm just going to have 2 Gigantamax Snorlaxes, and then I'm going to have 1 Gigantamax Rillaboom, which I'm really excited to use because I think this is the first time I've been able to use my Gigantamax Rillaboom for attack, and this should perform really well against Gigantamax Inteleon. But like I said before, it is definitely the most powerful Pokemon out of all of the new Gigantamax Pokemon, but it's also the new best water type Gigantamax Pokemon to use. I mean, it's just the best. Like, you saw the stats, right? It's actually, if we look at the options for the best Pokemon in the Gigantamax category, then we're actually going to see Inteleon in the S tier category, and then it moves Kingler down into the A+ tier category. So that is how good Gigantamax Inteleon here. Absolutely incredible. But for now, good luck. Good luck this weekend. I cannot wait to do it. If you find these videos really helpful, please subscribe, please like, please let me know in the comments, how do you pronounce Inteleon, Inteleon? There's like 6 variants out there, but you guys are gonna do well. I cannot wait. I'm feeling a hundo on this. I don't have the hundo Cinderace, I don't have the hundo Rillaboom, but I have 96s on both of them, which is great. Don't get caught up on stats, but it is kind of nice to have a little trophy. But good luck this weekend. Let me know how you go and let me know in the comments, and I will make a little vlog on how my Gigantamax Inteleon Day goes. I'll see you in the next video.